All right, good evening everyone. This is Jim, K6SOE, your net control for tonight's ATV net. First off, is there any emergency or priority traffic? All right, hearing none, are there any announcements for the net tonight? All right, are there any announcements for tonight's net? All right, I don't have anything for the net tonight other than we'll invite everybody to watch on BATC. You can tune in to w6cxatv.mdarc.org. That's w6cxatv.mdarc.org. And if you're so inclined to watch on YouTube, tune in to media space MDARC and check out the live stream for the 10th of March 2022. So we'll see everybody over there. And if there's no other announcements, we'll go to roll call. All right, hearing none, let's go over to Fred, WB6ASU.
There we go. Got all the knobs and buttons pushed, and I think I'm here. Oh well. Good evening, Jim and Annette. WB6ASU, Fred, in the Campo. One of those days again today. 4 steps forward and 7 backwards. But we're getting there slowly, I guess. Anyway, at least I stayed off the lawnmower today. That was probably a good thing for my body. Anyway, nothing really new in electronics going on. Still playing with a car radio I haven't been able to fix. Wonder about parts for stuff nowadays that seem to be non-existent. I guess you're supposed to throw everything in the dumpster and buy it all new. That ain't happening with a 95 car. Anyway, guess that's about it. And it sounds like you got everything going on the internet like you're supposed to, Jim. WB6ASU, definitely stuck in a Campo.
Okay, Fred, thanks for the check-in tonight. And yeah, I've got a couple of things that are running here. I think I've got, excuse me, it's about nap time. Got a couple of things that are working over here. I've got to get a new license for whereby my free license has run out, so I'll have to do something about that here soon. So, all right, thanks for checking in, and yeah, we might have to ship a car radio over your way to alleviate your troubles there. So, all right, let's see if Chris is around tonight. W6ATV. All right, no Chris. Let's go over to Matthew, N4DLA.
Oh boy, here it goes. I don't know if I have a signal in there or not. Like last week, I had to reboot my transmitter. Initially, couldn't get a signal in. Then I got a signal in, it was fine, and the audio is not fine. Seems like the transmitter heats up, and after it's been on a while, so maybe I should just key and unkey. Who knows? So where the DATV signal goes, nobody knows. Should go to the repeater. Doesn't seem like it's making it. But let's see. Last weekend DX contest. That was a lot of fun. Sideband ARL contest. Got to New Zealand on 10 meters for the first time ever from this location of being 30 plus on the air from HF. And today did get some QR. Nice big 7 Argonaut that I've had a relationship with since I was 15 years old, and got out to Japan on 15-meter CW, 3 watts with the folded dipole up in the trees here. So anyway, let's see how the signal does. Thanks for Jim, great who also 6Q KB6 earlier as well. Television now, WB6 Jim K6E they are into.
All right, Matthew. Looks like your TV signal stayed in there solid all the way, both audio and video. Oh dear. Somebody's going to have to wake me up if I fall asleep here. So I'm very sorry about that. So anyway, it's not the content. I think it might be what I had for dinner. Tryptophan. That'll do it every time. So let's go over to see if we get an audio check-in from Patrick, KK6DBX. No Patrick tonight. Let's go over to Dave, WB6DTB. All right, no Dave. Let's try John, W6DTV. No John tonight. Let's go over to
Yeah, good evening, Jim and the net. Here I am. Good evening, all. 50 degrees up here in Sonoma, and let's see. I did put in an attenuator on my audio to see if I could tone it down a little. I knew it was a little loud and thumpy, and so just kind of as an experiment on my ATB audio. I'm listening to the stream coming back. It seems to be okay. The other big news from today is the long-awaited, at least to me, I'm not sure if anybody else on the net is paying any attention, but the British Amateur Television Club ports down amateur television system new software came out today, and it has the long-awaited web interface for setting up the system, and has support for more screens, including the 5-inch screen that I'm using on the one sitting next to me here, and also includes support for the version 2 of the Langstone multi-mode transceiver, which is something else I was also tinkering with this afternoon. So it's like all new toys and a new software release. So I'll continue to tinker with that, I guess, over the next couple of days. It's not, thing is that it's not documented yet, and that was one of the caveats, because they're holding that for the CQTV newsletter release in about 2 weeks, so I have to figure it out. Anyway, that's it from here. Back to net, NJ6E, Stan in Sonoma.
Okay, Stan. Well, that sounds good. They got the new port sound software. I would expect that's for the Raspberry Pi 4 that nobody has one of anymore. So it's sort of a moot point, but I don't know. It might run on the 3 also. Not really sure, so we'll find out. Have to go read the instructions. So, all right. Thank you for checking in tonight. Let's go over to Ron, N6GKJ. Okay, how about John, ND6H? All right. I see this guy's watching on BATC. Let's go over to Kevin, KK6JPN.
KK6JPN, live in Sutter Creek tonight. And there's a signal coming back, so I guess it's getting in there. Yeah, I have to look into the ports down stuff. I did build or put something together at one point. I can't remember whether it was a ports down one or not, but it did involve a Raspberry Pi, so I need to dig all that stuff out, because I'm actually looking at putting together a remote station on HF, but maybe I should do it on TV, and then I can operate on Thursday nights when I'm down in Moraga, because there's no way I'm going to get out with television while I'm in Moraga. I did try with a Baofeng the other day, and that barely made it in, so that kind of tells me that the TV won't make it in, because the Baofeng gets in from up here with no problem. But yeah, I've been sorting out, you probably see up on the shelf above me over there, there's a series of Kenwood HF rigs. And there's another one actually down over here which you can't see. There's a more recent one, a TS480. So I'm trying to figure out which of the old ones I should keep. And I think it's probably a good idea to keep an old one that has just, well, the transmitter has vacuum tubes and the receiver has regular transistors. And so it doesn't have any of those parts that you can't find anymore when things go wrong. So I'm actually thinking of keeping, if I can point to it, it's out there somewhere. There's a 520 out there, and I'm thinking I might keep the 520 as a operational rig finally, for those days when finally you can't get any parts for these things and whatever. But anyhow, yeah, I've been looking at putting a remote rig together. I did have the 480 up and running remote at one point. I can't remember which interface box, maybe a Tigertronics or something like that. So I'm thinking of getting that going, and but I will probably take a HF antenna, G5 RVs. So I may take, oh, my signal dropped out there. Maybe I should key this one as well. Maybe I should take one of the G5 RVs down to Moraga and set it up, and I can run HF from down there as well, with maybe the 450, TS450. Anyhow, enough rambling. I do need to figure out what the Portstown does, though. I know ASU model is around and seems to be used by quite a few, so I should talk to somebody about that, I guess. Yep. KK6 JPN up in Sutter Creek, finally on the air tonight, and maybe even next week again. KK6 JPN clear.
All right, Kevin. Good signal from you tonight, as always. And yeah, remote TV station from Moraga would probably be the way to go, unless there's some way that you could bounce off of Matthew's house and get into the hill. So, all right. Thank you for checking in tonight. And let's see, I'm going to look across the room here. I see Bruce has checked into YouTube, KK6SQM, and Don AC6ZZ, Mary Katie6MKS is watching on MDARC.org, which is a good thing. So, all right. Let's see if my neighbor's around here tonight. W6MEW, Mike. Nope, no Mike tonight. Let's go over to Owen, KK6Q.
Yes, good evening, Jim and Annette. So your 2 meter, I didn't catch your 2 meter audio this time. Yep, seems to be working at my end. Anyway, let's see, on the ham radio front, my only activity was securing the radio to my car again. So I have a remote head, I guess, in the front of the car, and then the main unit is in the back. So, 2 weeks ago, I was down in Death Alley, and I took this trip to Racetrack Playa. And Racetrack Playa is where these rocks slide along the playa. Apparently, at certain times of the year, when it's kind of liquefied, with the rocks actually move on the playa, and you can see the cracks. So that's what I went to see. It was 26 miles on like a stone road. It had no real surface, and there was rocks in it. So it was a high clearance vehicle type road. Didn't need a wheel drive at any point, but definitely needed clearance. So I flew out on that, and got a little bit impatient, went a bit too fast, and all that good stuff. So it definitely shook up the car and shook the. After the trip, looked at it and found that it was off the side of the car. Anyway, took care of that. So that was that adventure. Last Sunday was Saturday. So kayaking run. So the objective was to get all of the islands in the bay in one day. So that 15 on the route. I hit every one of them except for Coast Guard Island. That's not on the route because it's too far down the Auckland estuary. So that was like 20. It took me 32 miles to 32 and a half miles. Started out in China Camp and came all the way to and then back up to Richmond. And so roster did not get China Camp, which is where I started out at, but that's the way it is. Anyway, my picture seems to be going in and out, not sure why, but at least coming back to me, it seems to be breaking up. So that was a long trip. The average speed was 4 miles per hour, which is pretty good. For the first half, I was doing less 6, and then in the flat water, shallow parts, going by Berkeley and Emeryville and up to Brooks Island, that was kind of slow, so that dragged back my average. A lot of fun. Maybe do it next year, maybe I won't. Anyway, we'll pass it back to control from K6Q in Walnut Creek.
All right, Owen. Thank you for checking in tonight. And that seems like an awful lot of paddling. That you need yourself an electric motor there of some kind to make that trip a little bit easier. So, anyway, sounds like you survived, which is a good thing, and that's what counts. Let's see. Looking at my list, I'm still Jim K6S3 doing the ATV net, and let's see. I don't have too much new going on. I want to make a trip up the hill here pretty soon, and I don't have anything scheduled yet. Looking at logistical situations, so we'll see what happens here soon. I'll let everybody know as soon as I know. So, all right, let's go over to Jerry, KB6T, see what's new with him.
It still works. It worked before the net. 58 degrees here in Bureau, and it was a fairly nice day. A little windy at the beginning, but later on in the afternoon it was quite comfortable. I did some work in the backyard too, and I was on the radio again, enjoying my new FTDX10 rig, and I really had a ball yesterday and Tuesday because 10-meter band was open, was actually way open, and I made a bunch of use of South America to Costa Rica, Brazil, Chile, and made a QSO to Japan. And I'm so glad that I got a new rig, because there's no way I could have made the contacts I made on my old rig. Because the old rig just didn't have the band scope and the waterfall, and that's just that's a tremendous advantage when you see a spot somebody's calling, so you go there and you hear the DX station calling CQ, and so you make it, and before you know it, there's a pileup, and there's no way I could get in a pileup. So yeah, I'm just digging at that waterfall feature, and also the noise reduction, the VNR feature. The new radios have, I didn't have on the old radio. Really night and day. So yeah, enjoying myself, and send it back to KB60.
Okay, Jerry. Glad that you're able to make some HF contacts there, and that's your new rig sitting there to your right there. Looking good. Thank you for checking in tonight. And let's see. Let's see if Cal is around. K6VT for a 2-meter check-in. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on here. I gotta figure this out. Thanks for checking in, Cal. Let's go over to K6VT for a 2-meter check-in. Okay, no Cal. So, that's the list as I have it. Are there any missed, late, or second chances for video check-ins tonight? Come now. Okay, seeing none, we'll go with audio check-ins for the ATV net tonight. We'll go Alpha through November. Alpha through November, audio check-ins. Alright, hearing none, let's go Oscar through Zulu. Oscar through Zulu. Alright, well, kind of a quick net tonight, but we need to get more people on the air, so if anybody at the sound of my voice is interested in transmitting, please contact myself, K6SOE at ARRL.net, or WB6ASU at iCloud.com. And either Fred or myself will be able to get you going there. So, alright, we'll invite everybody to come back and do this again next week at 8 p.m. And if you can't make it then, we'll see you Tuesdays at 6 p.m. or Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for the bathrobe net. This is Jim, K6SOE, returning repeaters to normal operation, and we'll see everybody next time. 7-3, good night.